but are able to experiment a little because they are already pre-qualified. But we've come to that moment in the season when the USA need to start winning matches, and they need to start that today. USA then, from right to left in the red, it'll be Garrett Mwagatutia, who's been serving very well so far on the VNL this season. And he will open in set one. Best of 5 sets then, USA versus Argentina. Away we go. Well, decent start. Sander just flailing that one out over the baseline. Good solid reception from Argentina. Massive hit from Conte. Very well defended by the USA, but couldn't convert the transition. So back goes De Checo, Argentine captain and setter. Brilliant start and a huge block from the man in the number 8 shirt, Agustin Loza. Not the tallest middle blocker by any means, but gets up there and gets really balanced in the air alongside one of the most experienced players on this Argentine team, Facundo Conte. Oh, and an ace to follow for De Checo. This is a great start for the team in blue. Argentina taking it to this US team, straight down the tricky channel between Mwagatutia and Shoji. Goes there again, Shoji gets the pass on it. And a lovely finish from Maxwell Holt. This makes me think of that Beatles song, Maxwell's Silver Hammer. And he certainly hammered that one. Great opener. Holt then to serve. Plays his volleyball with Modena in the top division in Italy. Good block from Stahl, and that's not coming back. So a decent block from middle player on the US side and on the Argentinian side. Sets things up very nicely. Pereira it is that is stopped. Got to shut down that cross court. Just manages to get the press on the block in time. Danani trying to pull off one of those let's go viral defensive plays by the libero. Not quite this time though. Good swing. See what I mean about Conte? If you haven't seen him play before, enjoy. He's such a wonderful, balanced attacker. Look at that, pencil straight in the air. And the whiplash of that spike arm coming over to send it down the line. And it sends Conte back to the service line. Solid start then from Argentina, 4-2 up in this race to 25. Oh, and the middle's working well. Great feed from Micah Christensen. And Stahl has planted that one. Ferocious server. Here's Mitchell Stahl. Plays his volleyball here in France for Tours Volley. He's actually got one of his teammates, Zach Omashebi, watching from the sidelines today. Nice pick up from Shoji. Well, trying it again there, Christensen. Stahl up in the clouds, trying to make amends for missing the attacking opportunity. Little more flow about the US play, but a really good save from Pereira. Argentina with a group of really interchangeable wing spikers that can all play opposite, all play on the left side as well in the wing zone. But no stopping that one, that's better. Well, it's a relief, I think, for the USA to see their captain back in action. Taylor Sander, you can see with hits like that why, alongside Volkov, who was one of the 2 best wing spikers on the VNL last season. A long hold there from Nicola Mendes, the wing spiker in the number 17 shirt. Referee says this touched the block. And as the USA are perfectly within their rights to do. Going to use one of their challenges here in set one to ask whether this really did touch the block or not. Certainly Mitchell Stahl, the middle player, said no, and immediately told John Spirall, the coach, to challenge. 2 challenges per set. If you win the challenge, you keep it. If you lose it, you lose it. And if this one goes in favour of the USA, they will take the point and will be level. Stahl looks pretty confident, chatting away to Coach Spirall. Former middle blocker himself, John Spirall. You'll see him talking to the likes of Holt and Smith and Stahl a lot. Now, do we get a little flex of the finger? No, we don't. Straight through the uprights. It's a field goal for Mendes. But on this occasion, it doesn't mean any points for Argentina. No touch then. USA level the score in set one. Coach Mendes a little confused. Certainly not worth a counter challenge because that was a long way out. Challenge is made, has to be recorded, score has to be reset at 5-all. And we're good to go. US captain Taylor Sander to serve. Fine line kill from Pereira. Let's watch him open this up. Sets up as if he's going cross court, and last part of the swing just turns it line off Muagatutia's block. Just on the floor before Mitchell Stahl tumbled into the net. As long as the ball's hit the floor and it's dead, it doesn't matter if you hit the net after that. He's just got away with it. And it takes Mitchell Stahl back to the line. One of the big servers on this US team. He's got a ferocious jump serve. Now, has that come off the US block? Referee Cesari says yes, it has. If the USA disagree, they'll have to challenge again, but Muagatutia will know whether that caught a piece of his block. It did. Probably just clipped the shoulder. John Spirall initially didn't think so, but Muagatutia turned to him and confirmed it had touched him. So no challenge required. 17, Mendes with the serve. Nice pass. Wow, good stop from Maxwell Holt. 32 years of age now, Holt. Former Penn State middle blocker, Nittany Lion. But he's been a major part of this US team now for nearly a decade. You can see why with blocking like that. Wonderful stop. Benjamin Patch might touch the ball at 368 in the air. He's got a ridiculous jump. Doesn't hit a topspin jump serve, and it comes back with interest very often off the Ben Patch float serve. Beautiful play from Argentina. Beautiful hit from Sole. And it takes Argentina to the first technical timeout with an 8-7 lead, and they will be delighted with the way they've competed in the first phase of this opening set.
Busquemos al 18 y de última Sander para complicarlo en el ataque. ¿Sí? El líbero, si aleatoriamente la agarra, está bien, pero si no, vamos con eso. Sigamos rotando y buscando.
Dale, dale, que lo quebramos, lo quebramos ahora. Vamos.
Acuérdense que la bola se pasa para acá, ¿sí? Y invierte para acá. Sí, nuestro jugador acá no puede llegar tarde. El jugador
Privileged to be able to listen in on the timeouts as these great coaches work with their players. And there's one of the greatest players to grace the game, certainly for Argentina, if not in world volleyball. Because when he burst onto the scene as a teenager, we knew Facundo Conte was special, and he's absolutely proved that down the years, and wonderful to see him still playing with such fluidity at the net. He really is a great player to watch in terms of technique, not just on the spike, but on the service reception, and he started this game well. Big hit from Muagatutia. Settling down. Gives the ball a thump, he really does. Comes from good sporting stock as well. His dad was in the bobsleigh. American Samoa in the Winter Olympic Games. 94, former Navy SEAL, his dad, Fuaga. Heavy serve from Muagatutia, easily dealt with by Conte, and that's a good feed from the captain on the reverse. If you've got that stability, if you've got that ball going into the green zone that we show you on our Hawkeye stats, then the setter can do what he wants with the ball, and he's got all his attackers available. Beautiful attack from Argentina. Free ball to the USA. Fireworks coming. Oh, wow. What a hit from Patch. Awesome. He needs to be big today. But when this man jumps, he is huge. He's contacting the ball right off the top of that antenna. Jumps so high that sometimes struggles to keep stability in the air. That's why you'll see him cycling the legs and rotating. But it's still only worth 1 point, 9-all. Really good start to this game, and that's what you want to see between two world-class volleyball teams. The ability to side the ball out, receiving serve, attacking and killing it. And the scoreboard just keeps ticking over to Checo de Luza. Nice finish from him. Back round to the Conte serve. Giving him the big build-up. Can I put that in play? Christensen, 1.98 meters tall. It's good to have a big setter, and that helps him with his serve and his hitting. Oh, well played. Well, Argentina run a really good offense. Battling offense, decent enough pass from Conte under pressure, straight on his captain's head, and then Checo can pick what he wants here. And goes, be quick. Number 8, Augustin Losa, who's made a good start to this game to hit between the blockers. But Wales' serve out of bounds. Middle phase of this opening set, if you think of your timeouts, your technical timeouts at 8 and 16 points. There's little separators between three very distinct phases of a set. And in this middle phase, just important for Argentina to keep pace with the USA. Chance to open up another point lead here, which they do through Patch. Well, Argentina have done their homework on Patch. They know that he favours the line, so he sets up as if he's going to hit cross court, but he turns it to the line. But Mendes just can't jump high enough. Not really a great matchup there. 17 Mendes, blocks at around 326. Patch is hitting at around 350, but it doesn't really matter if you can just turn the scoreboard over again with an attack like that from Conte. Super spike down the centre for the pipe attack, 110.5 kilometres an hour. Conte cranking it up. Good touch on the block. And a kill onto the line from Pereira. USA will have to challenge this if they disagree with the call. Certainly looks like it caught the back end of the baseline here. Oh, it was tight. Good swing though, good free swing from Pereira. And another one on the serve. Brilliant. This is lovely volleyball to watch. Two teams who've just come in firing on all cylinders. Everything working at the moment. We should get a really good contest in this opening set, right down to the wire. Huge jump from Soleil. But, at the moment, Mendez being picked on in the left side of court for Argentina. Michael Christensen has worked out that's not the tallest of blocks. Off pace, Pereira picked up by Holt. Christensen goes flat and fast to Muagatutier. That's great cover from the skipper, Sander. And Muagatutier forces it off the arms and out. Good recycle, that one from the USA. That's a really tidy bit of cover from the American captain. So important you support your hitters for the ball that might come back off the block. Back to the jump serve of Mitchell Stall. Can he give the USA a 2-point margin? No. Well, that's what both these teams are looking for at the moment. That little 2-point cushion. Mendez to the line. 1m91, so relatively to the rest of this field, quite a short wing spiker. It's coming back over. Bit of pinball from the USA, and the pinball wizards pick up the point. Well played. Conte will be kicking himself here. Goes off pace for the first one and couldn't quite win the point. This is some cracking defense from the USA. But then gets virtually a free net from DeCecco and can't put it away. 2-point cushion opened up then for the American team. Oh, touch from Shoji. Brilliant work from the libero. And finally put away, but Argentina being made to work for their points here. What a wonderful dig from Shoji. Comes off the arms and the head of Holt to finish the point. Sprawl looks pretty relaxed down there on the sideline, and he should do. His team are playing well here. Argentina recover the situation. Muagatutier though, wild hit from the number 18, well wide. And the second technical timeout arrives, and we're in the same position as we were for the first. Argentina have a 1-point lead. And they've managed to ride the pressure that the USA were putting on them very well indeed. Decent leave in the end from number 11. Sebastian Solé. Could have been easy to throw an arm at that, but Solé, with the presence of mind, in a split second to make the decision.
Conte one-on-one out there. Be ready for that sharp, yeah? I think I'm going to pack up under the block. So just be ready, because it'll come pretty sharp. Hey, nice job attacking outside here.
Well, plenty of quality out there on the floor, but you can see Benjamin Patch fitting into a lot of different sports around the world, not just volleyball, with this kind of ability. He has a huge standing jump that allows him to touch, well, on the block from a standing start, around about 348, but when he jumps, 368 is his spike reach. That's that little test you do in the gym, bit of chalk dust on your fingers, spike approach, touch the wall, and then measure how high it is. You need a long, long tape measure to get up to where Benjamin Patch can reach. Basically, the balcony of the penthouse flat, that's where he goes. No, 2 in a row out from Muagatutier, this time picking on DeCecco, because that's where he felt he could go. DeCecco putting up a decent block though. Well, this has been given in the USA's favour, and as you can see from that end on slow-mo, I don't think that touched anything, least of all the court. But it's been given to the USA by the referee and the end line judge, so Argentina perfectly within their rights to challenge. This is a long way out, it hasn't touched the block. Argentina will take the point. And I'd imagine that's probably the easiest challenge they're going to win this week here in Cannes. So, the count counter challenge, is it? Well, they're going to go for a counter challenge on the block touch, which I would imagine is from the USA's point of view. Because on the basis of Hawkeye, they've certainly lost the point, ball out. Got to press all the right buttons on the tablet that the coaches are given to alert the officials as to what challenge you want to mount. So, do we get a tickle on the finger? We don't. Argentina win their challenge, USA lose their counter challenge. Oh, look at the height of Maxwell Holt with the deception in the middle. And Muaga not far behind him. But he's missed the call. That's a big call. Argentina keeping their heads under pressure. Sebastian Solé at 2 meters tall. Second tallest player in this team. Pablo Correa is their tallest player at 2 meters and 2. He's on the bench at the moment, another middle blocker. And it's Argentina that open up that invaluable 2-point cushion as we go into the business end of set 1. This is where it counts. And Muaga at last works it off the block. The Argentinian captain, Luciano Di Cecco. 1.91 tall, so around about 6'2". Got a great jump, gets up and above the net, but it's not high enough if Muaga really does put his back into it. Muaga multiple aces last week from the service line. Can he do it again here? Good pass. And once again, underlining that simple fact about this sport. You have to pass the ball to your setter if you want to play. Di Cecco and Loza able to play. Great pass. Good pass from Muaga as well. Well, really nice run. It's a wild hit from Taylor Sander, but the net touch from Argentina should give the point here to the USA. Great reach for Micah Christensen to take that set at full height. Touches 349 on his spike reach, so he's not far off that when he jump sets. Another good server here, Max Holt. What a shot from above Holt to just see the power that these guys can unleash on the ball. And a clever play. Good thinking from Taylor Sander. They'd stack the block up there on the American captain, so nice change from Conte. Said that Argentina have got these 3 wing spikers that can play and block anywhere. I just wonder if the US captain saw Conte arriving and realised that was a chance to tip off the block for the point. So USA repair the damage, 18-all. Holt again, another great serve, free ball USA. But Argentina's still in the rally. Off pace from Conte, another relatively easy attack from the Americans, and Taylor Sander gets it off the block and out. And a real shift in momentum in the back end of this first set. Beautiful shot just to illustrate how high Benjamin Patch is jumping. And for the first time in the game, Marcelo Méndez feeling the pressure. The Argentinian coach has called the timeout.
Están sacando bien ellos, dejémoslo en el medio de la cancha a ver si podemos trabajar en ataque y rotar un poco mejor. ¿Sí? Con calma, ¿sí? Con calma tenemos que rotar ahora y después buscarlo en saque y bloqueo. ¿Sí? Dejémosla en el medio de la cancha que está sacando bien.
Try and stay quiet on the coach's timeouts just to see what information is being delivered. Even if you don't speak the language, the body language will tell you quite a bit. So Méndez calm, happy, but just needs his players to be a little more clinical for this phase. And this is the phase that wins and loses volleyball matches. The back end of each set is key. Great volleyball town, Cannes. They've had a glamour club here, Racing Club Cannes, for years and years and years, who've performed well on French League and Champions League duty. And a good timeout from Méndez. It's Conte. Goes off pace, well read by Stall. Great pass from the middle player. And the overpass easily dispatched. Hutchinson, so good front line here for the USA. Oh, wonderful. And a great dig from the US setter. And out wide to Patch. Out of system play for the USA, and you won't see a much more convincing point than that. So just about had control of the ball, but not in exactly the way that they would want it. And a wonderful set from Muagatutia, wide and high, old school. That's how Russia used to play volleyball when it was the Soviet Union. Just everything high and wide, and Patch nailing it. Oh, Christensen can't follow it. It's frustrating. Michael Christensen, the first man to be annoyed with himself, the 27-year-old shoving it in the net. Makes you feel giddy, doesn't it, when they do that to net cam. Losa missed his last serve. Puts this one in, though. There we go. That's nice and stable. And Ben Patch has made a really good start to this game for the USA. Look at the height. That is right off the top of the antenna. 3.40 meters, the contact point. It's a long, long way in the air. Oh, and a lashing middle play from Soleil. Touch of Ole from Soleil. What a hit. And a reminder to this American team, forget the middle at your peril. Great work from the setter DeCecco, the captain, running the show for Argentina and keeping his team in it. But a mini break for the Americans means that every time they kill it off the Argentine serve, they go 2 points ahead, and that's enough to win the set. Argentina have to score a point off their own serve to close the gap. Good swing again from Patch. He's the hot man at the moment, and Christensen, the setter, knows it. That's why he keeps going time and time again to the number 13. Is he ever coming down? Finally. Normal rules of gravity do not apply to Mr. Patch. Timeout. Second one used by Mendez. And that's his last throw of the dice in this opening set.
Con el ataque del opuesto, ataca recto, señores. Donde va el opuesto, ataca en dirección del cuerpo. Ataca alto, sí, ataca alto, pero va en dirección del cuerpo. En cuanto más parábola tiene la bola, ¿sí? Más tarde tenemos que saltarle, porque si no, si saltamos al mismo tiempo de él, nos va a dar en los dedos. ¿Estamos? Vamos a seguir trabajando, vamos a rotar en la primera bola ahora.
Well, it's tricky for the Argentinian players. At the net, if the ball is going high to Patch, they are reaching high, consequently making the block a target. You've got to still penetrate over the net, press as he hits. Even if it goes over the top of your block, which, let's face it, when it's Benjamin Patch hitting, it might do, then it's the defender's job, and you've got to trust the defenders. But if you chase the ball with your hands, if you get out of shape in the back court, you can't play against a player like Benjamin Patch. Here we go again. Stall. Off-pace serve, out of system. And all three American blockers knew exactly where the ball was going. And unfortunately for Argentina, Pereira feeds the monsters at the net. Look at that stop from Patch. It's a part of his game that definitely needs to improve. And when he does it right, my goodness me, he's impressive. Patch then taking this away from Argentina in the crunch time of set one. 24-21, 3 set points USA, and Stall within his rights to really batter that jump serve. It's missed, but in the knowledge that USA are going to have 2 chances to kill this off. DeCecco out, Lima in. And the double sub for Argentina, so the backup setter, Nicola Uriarte, with the number 5 shirt on, so they flip the rotation. Bit of height in front court, playmaker in the back line. 2 big serves required from Mendez. So probably not a bad thing that Mendez is in the back court. This is a tall block in the front line for Argentina. Good serve. Christensen on it, though. And the ball out off Muagatutia's hit. And yet again, the higher-ranked team in the business end of a set gets the job done. Really good play from Ben Patch. Really excellent from setter Christensen to realise which player was hot at the time. And that was enough to take it away from Argentina. 25-22 then, good competitive first set. But Argentina once again found wanting, and for Team USA, they will be delighted. They were pretty good from start to finish there. And certainly good enough to lead here in Cannes by 1-0. So enjoyable first set. Let's take a look back at some of the highlights. USA lead. Great opening set for Team USA. Argentina played well though also. And when it is close, when it's only a few points, you'd expect to see the stats very close. And that is exactly what's happened. USA ticking the scoreboard over nicely with their attacks, but those 3 big blocks in the end, the difference between the two teams. If USA up their service ratio, then Argentina are going to have their work cut out in this one. But both teams minimising the errors. It was a really tidy first set of world-class volleyball. Very enjoyable to watch, and USA coming through it in the end quite comfortably at the back end of that opener. So a few considerations for both coaches. For Marcelo Mendes, Desire is born coach, who replaced the wonderful Julio Velasco at the helm for Argentina just recently. May consider some changes here, but he's not got a lot of options open to him. The group of players that he has out on the floor, pretty much what I think most of the Argentinian fans would have also written down as their starting lineup. Plus the fact they didn't do a lot wrong in that opener. Just couldn't quite find the big shots when they needed them at the back end of the set. USA, no changes. Moraga, Tutia and Sander through the wing. Holt and Stahl through the middle. Christensen, the setter. And the man that really did get on fire at crunch time in set 1, Benjamin Patch in the number 13 shirt opposite. So as we were in terms of the lineups, and away we go with set 2. Conte with a decent opener. Patch responds, shoving that down the front of Mendes' block. So important when you block that you reach over the net with the hands, penetrating the net. But the problem is when you're dealing with someone that's contacting the ball at around about 340, 345. Mendes at 6'2", his temptation is to reach up rather than over. Nice work, good rhythm, straight away. Collision at the net there. Loza, as he lands on Holt's foot. But it's not Holt's problem. Just got nudged by Christensen, and as long as you don't put your whole foot over the line, it's perfectly legal to land where you land. Loza's okay though. Good serve. Well, that's a clever play from Pereira. I don't think USA will be too happy with it. So Sander, for some reason, didn't commit to the defence there. Tried to reach it, was Moraga Tutia, my apologies, didn't commit to the dive. Losa is hitting some absolute belters. I just wonder whether he was a little aggrieved that he'd trodden on Holt's foot. I wonder if he's taken a bit of that back to the service line. Look at this, bends it away from Sada, who thinks that's going out, and it's gone comfortably in. 3-1 lead for Argentina. That 2-point cushion established, but too much of the set to go for it to be a real benefit at the moment. To Holt, 2 meters and 5 tall, 192 caps today for Maxwell Holt. Wow, what a serve, what a set. Oh, that's beautiful from Decheco. The Argentinian captain has got fantastic hands, as we say about the setters, and he's fizzed that behind to Pereira, completely out of system. Pereira off the top of the 3-man block. Again, another ball spins to the floor before the Americans can get there. Pereira can't follow it with a decent serve. Saw David Smith sat on the bench there next to his coach briefly in a chat. Replacement middle blocker Smith. We'll see him in action at some point. Well, Christensen missed that important serve into the net. Didn't cost the USA anything in the end in set 1. He's missed his follow-up serve, trying to go a little bit easier and a little bit more accurately, but big miss. Mendes. Hype attack from Wagatutia. Turned it wide of the court, but he's caught the block on the way. And as long as it hits the blocker's hands, it will be your team's point. In fact, well, it must be, must have been given in. No challenge from Argentina. And Sada follows with the jump serve out. So again, no damage done for Argentina. Decent lead from the young libero, Danani. Oh, wow. Great phase of play. What a pick up from Mendes. Oh, no. Contact. Gets his timing all wrong. Well, that was a bizarre one. So Stoll hit it into the block. It's come back off the block into his face. And then off his face and up into the air. And Wagatutia to pound the next one. And a brilliant piece of defensive work from Mendes, not rewarded by Conte. Back to the Stoll serve. Pro here in France, Stoll, so will have played in this venue against Cannes over the seasons. Another terrific piece of work from Decheco. And the secret for a good setter, the ball's got to come out of the hands faster than it went in. And that was flying on the reverse. And more than happy to put it away. Pereira just moves onto it and swings hard. There is Decheco, the captain for Argentina, back at the service line. Good work from Argentina. Oh, but they lose out again. Facundo Conte into the block of Patch by the looks of it. After Argentina have worked so hard, and that's another decent block from Benjamin Patch. What an engaging game, though. Volleyball of this quality, you just seem to forget the scoreline and get totally absorbed in the action. With the exception of a couple of errors, a couple of serve errors, one hit into the net. Everything's been fantastic in set 2 as well. Argentina won't be pleased with that. Easy kill in the end for Ouagadougou. Nice work. Good feed to Conte, put us back into that jump. Rose nice and high, but look how straight he is in the air. Wonderful balance. Just allows him to see the block and make those plays. And Argentina, same as the first set, lead at the technical timeout.
Sigamos rotando y vamos a seguir encontrando los tiempos de bloqueo de ellos. ¿Sí? El que está más flojo es el punta, el 18, ¿sí? Y ataca siempre en la bola rápida diagonal. En cuanto le llega va a jugar con el medio y con el opuesto principalmente, mientras esté ese punta en la red. ¿Estamos? Mantengamos nuestros aidados y sigamos trabajando duro con el
One of
saque.
3 wing spikers on the court at the moment, but they're all interchanging in the opposite position, although Pereira seems to be doing most of the work on the right side of court. Another one of the veteran players in this team, stands 2 meters tall, touches spike at around 335 and plays his volleyball in Belgium with the Volleyball club, formerly coached by Great Britain's Joel Banks, who's now moved on to international coaching duty with Finland to replace Tomas Samovuo, who's gone to Russia. Seen Samovuo in action over the last few weeks with the Russian team, and they've got a good win today against Poland 3-1. Pereira trying to get a win here for Argentina against the USA. Into the warhorse category for Pereira. He's a good battler. New player on court for Argentina, and what a substitution. Christian Poglayan with a heavy serve. Another wing spiker out there on the floor. Another man who heads into his 30s, funnily enough, today. Happy birthday, Christian, although the Americans won't be saying that to you at the moment if you belt another one. On for Conte. Better pass. Nice pick up from Donani. No, touch on the net from the USA. In fact, just checking my notes, I'm a month early with my birthday wishes. Christian. Always good to get in early. Time out for the Americans, just getting a little bit fractured here at the moment. Not quite as stable as they were in set 1, and this is a really good bit of the mid-phase here. So USA, John Spittle stopping things.
Okay. All right. He's probably going to go right to that same seam, so make sure we're just... We can also go a little front and back, too. Remember, we can always use that if we're struggling to figure out exactly who's taking what. Okay. So let's communicate that. Here we go. Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Well, it's the same for Karch Girai and Lucas Slabe in the women's team. Sometimes you need a translator for the American timeouts. It's all jargon and it's all bite-sized bits of information. There's a lot of information in that simple phrase. We can use it front and back, and you know, it applies to the training sessions. It's the ability of coaches to get the info across with as fewer words as possible in the 30 seconds available in the timeout. What a service run this is. Poglayan, and another cracker, but this time they've got it right, USA. But some damage done here. Argentina with a handy cushion still. They kill it straight away off the American serve. They go back to a 3-point lead. It looks like one of the legends of Argentinian volleyball for the moment, Facundo Conte, is going to have to cool his heels on the bench because that was a good start from Poglayan. Ouagadougou. Set. Oh, and a brilliant set from Christensen. We got 2 really good playmakers on the court at the moment, running a very good show. And as a middle player, that's all you want, to jump in the air, shake for the hit, and no blocker. Free net. One of those stats that doesn't get recorded for the setters, but free nets is a real badge of honor. And Christensen's picked up another one there. That's not a bad serve error. John Sparrow won't mind that. It's all well and good saying you shouldn't miss them, but it doesn't really give Argentina any rhythm. They haven't sided the ball out. They've just seen another very fast serve fizz by. Lusa, great ace earlier in this set. Sander, has he got the fingers? He has. No protest from Sole. In the middle of the Argentinian net. Just off the top of Pereira and into the hands of Sole as well. David Smith, happy. Former University of Santa Barbara Antietam. I love that. Good turn, nice pick up from Patch though. Sander out of system, has to tip. Well, old school windmill hit from Mendes. Honestly, this is how players used to hit the ball back in the day. Ended up with the tip, but that arm action, the windmill, still comes out now and again for an outing. Whoa, what a hit from Pereira. Great pass, USA. Oh, demolished by Patch. What a beautiful sequence of play. Huge serve, great pass, beautiful set, and a thunderous spike from Benjamin Patch. Super spike from the number 13. And USA getting back into this set. Now, did this touch the block or did this touch the antenna? I think Argentina are going to ask the question because they think it's their point. Taylor Sander shaking his head, but don't know whether that's in frustration or a disagreement. At the moment, USA are going to get this, and the referee's allowed to challenge as well. And I think Stefano Cesare wants to look at this. He's not 100% sure what he saw. It's always difficult when it happens right in front of the referee's eyes. It's very tough to see. Quite rightly, at this crucial point in the mid-phase of this set, Stefano Cesare wants to get this right. So what did this hit? The hit into the net, off the arms and out. That looks like that got a tickle, but no, the spin happening behind the arms takes it away from the court. Ah, that's the view. That's the better view. End on, it looked like that hit Sanders, but down low, you can see that it didn't. The spin off the net made it look like it hit the arms. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, no wonder Taylor Sander is upset, because Stefano Cesare has overruled his overrule. That was impressive. There we go. Certainly from that first angle it looked like a touch, second angle not so much. Argentina get it though, and get a cheeky ace. Well, someone once asked me, how much do you have to practice to hit serves like that? You can't practice it, it just happens or it doesn't. Mendes and Argentina will take anything they can get right now. It's an ace, but not the most impressive ace. Goes to the jump float. Oh, wow. Well, the standard of hitting in this match so far has been brilliant. That is impressive stuff. Another enormous hit, this time from Mitchell Stahl, off a great set. And this is what it looks like. Yeah, exactly. Defensive movement from Argentina. Close your mouth and shut your eyes. Good pick up from Shoji again. He's patrolled that line well. And Patch balloons another hit off the block and out. New man on court, Poglayan, having a go at Patch, but getting nowhere near him. Good movement. Really good illustration there of how the hitters block first and then recycle, get off the net quickly, position themselves and approach. Big hit. Wonderful swing from Pereira. Out and no challenge, says DeCecco. It's unlucky because that looked like a really good hit. Giving it absolutely everything, but just cutting, thumb down hit. hits on the inside of the ball, just cutting on the ball, and it's sent it out over the baseline. USA back in the game, as they say. Into the block this time from Pereira, trying to make the adjustment. But Lyon is stopped. Well, once again, Christensen looks like doesn't matter where he is, even if he's underneath the bench, he's going to try and ping it out to Patch. And why not? Patch is not missing at the moment. And Argentina forced to call a timeout. USA causing them some problems here.
Tenemos que tratar de rotar la primera, acelerar un poco el brazo y buscarle las manos. No dejemos, no vayamos al medio tranquilo con el brazo, dejándolo caer. Aceleremos el brazo, peguemos un mano de afuera. Vamos en la primera bola a rotar. Si viene mal el pase, busquemos las manos, principalmente la mano de afuera por 4. ¿Estamos? Vamos, señores.
Una bola, sigue.
Mendez will be frustrated. He's not showing it in the timeout. He's staying nice and calm and communicating with his players. But 3 points up they were in this set, 10-7. Argentina. It's all gone. USA lead 15-14. Captain Taylor Sander to serve again. Just immense. Once again, Patch putting his back into that jump. Out of system as well. The USA turn a 3-point deficit into a 2-point lead at the second technical timeout. With some impressive volleyball.
Hey, if they do go back to the opposite here, stay deep and fine. Stay deep. Remember, he's deep. And
Well, the middle's been good for the USA today. Mitchell Stall has weighed in, but this man, Maxwell Holt, has been brilliant. Former Nittany Lion at Penn State University. A lot of colleges interested in Holt when he came out of high school. And now seems to have been in this US team in the front line for such a long time, but he's playing super volleyball still. Good player to watch in full flight. Try stopping that as an opposition middle blocker. Scoring at will at the moment, as is Stall. And Patch, good contribution so far. Good service run from Taylor Sander, the American captain, getting his team back in. No, this will go Argentina's way. You can't do that. Setter in the process of setting the ball. He's a front court setter, so he's perfectly allowed to do this in the front line. And there's no way that should have been interfered with by Stall. And the reason for that rule is the blockers can jump so high now, not just the US blockers, but all the middle blockers jump so high. They would all be reaching over and just blocking the set, and you wouldn't get a game then. So perfectly reasonable secondary rule. That's a beautiful hit. Oh, wow. Just so straight and balanced in the air. Look at this from Sander. That is brilliant. Pipe attack from the middle of the back court. Not seen a lot of those attacks today. Everything else has been so efficient, the pipe hasn't been required. Stall to serve. Off pace. Well covered by Mendez. Pereira unloads on another one. He's hitting it remarkably well. Lots of space on the line, and he's found it comfortably. Stall probably feels he could have defended it, but that was travelling. Oh, and again, Christensen has got a wonderful ability with regard to understanding which hitter is hot. As the opposition middle blocker, you've now got the dilemma. Is he going to go to Sander again? And you're going to go with Sander. But if he doesn't, you've guessed wrong. Good D. Good D from the USA. And again, over it goes. Big shout from Patch. Christensen leaves it. And I think Loza has missed it. He has. Argentina survive. Well, we're going to get a challenge. I wonder if Coach Mendes is just going to ask the question just to delay things a bit here. He's asking if it touched the block. That is the question. And our Hawkeye cameras, super slow-mos, are placed all the way around the court that bring us those wonderful pictures of just those little movements of the fingers in the block. It's going to tell us whether this is indeed the case. But sometimes coaches will use a challenge. If you've got two left, you might as well use one just to slow things down, let your team reset. Looks like Facundo Conte is back out onto the court for Argentina. It's Loza that hit it. He doesn't look convinced, does he? I think this is more in hope, this one. But you never know. A micro touch is all it needs, just that little tickle on the fingernail, and that's good enough. What does Hawkeye say? Here we go. Right through the middle again. And I don't think that's even caught the hairstyle of Maxwell Holt. USA point. Argentina lose the challenge. And the Americans lead comfortably now, 19-16. And once again, in the crucial third phase of the set, USA have pulled away. Brilliant. Well, the captain for Argentina is some player. He really is. Luciano De Cecco with the Perugia Volleyball Club. You can see why the Italians pay the big money for him, because he can fizz this volleyball around the front court and the blockers struggle. Conte back on court to serve. Decent serve, controlled by Shoji. Wide to Muagatutier, but the blockers were waiting, and he's done a fine job there. Absolutely no right to kill that ball. Just wipes it off Pereira. Very fine margins when it comes to timing your block. Pereira just getting it wrong. Scoreboard will catch up in a minute. And another point goes to Team USA. Monster block then. There's been plenty of those today, and not bad from Christensen. 1.98 m, one of the shorter players on court for the USA. And he's still huge at the net. Last throw of the dice once again for Argentina with the timeout. They lead 21-17 USA.
No vayamos al error directo, por favor. Busquemos una opción mejor, ¿sí? Hagámosla volver como hicimos en el mejor momento del set. ¿Qué hicimos? Volvimos la bola, trabajamos en ataque. Tenemos que hacer eso de nuevo. ¡Vamos! ¡Remontalo!
Very successful club coach, Luis Mendes. Over the years in South America, 5 South American Championship titles. The Sara Cruzeiro in the Brazilian Super League. And transferring his skills to the international stage. But his team in trouble here. Might have come off the block and into the antenna there, but that was very strong blocking against Mendes. And it's Mendes indeed that touches the net. See, in the old days, you could get away with this. Look at the referee and say, oh, not me. But not with Hawkeye watching. If that had been challenged, it would have been picked up easily. USA now cruising in set 2. Big hit. And Muagatutier with that deceptive arm swing It's not an elaborate arm swing, it's very short, it's very quick. But when he contacts it right, it just flies, and Danani beaten. He's had a good game up until now, the Argentinian libero. But I defy anyone to pass that ball. Ace for Muaktutia. Nicely controlled by Mendes. Conte can't put the pipe away. Pereira has a go, and that is some angle. So he's just put that inside the 3-meter line, inside the block. Another cracking rally. Look at that, 2-man block he's beaten. And Maxwell Holt to boot. Wonderful swing from Pereira. Wonderful hit at the baseline. Oh, what a mess. And that's nasty. That's nasty. He's gone straight down on his back and crunched his head on the floor. Very unusual injury. And that will have shaken Pereira. Back and head a problem here, and I would imagine we'll see some first aid assistance for this one. Gets nudged out, so he can't control his fall. And as he hits the floor, his head snaps back and he'll get a bit of whiplash off this one. Whoa, that's not good. Yeah, just best to stay still for a moment until you can stand up. Well, I'm amazed that Pereira's got up on his feet and he's going to carry on there. I can think of a lot of other sports where you're seeing the first aid staff straight on, but he says he's okay. He carries on. Wouldn't set to him for a while, though, if I was the Checo. Oh, goodness me. He's gone and joined in the 3-man block, and he shored it up rather nicely, saving set point. And they finally got patch. Soleil it is that takes all of it. Pereira to serve. He can't be the hero, though, unfortunately. 25-19. And once again, the USA had a little bit of a problem before the second technical timeout, but then came through the middle phase with a 2-point lead and never looked back from there. So 25-22, 25-19, and as well as Argentina are playing in this one, USA go 2 sets to love up a little more easily than their South American opponents would like. Well played, USA. The highlights of the moment are all theirs. As we always do at the end of a set, let's take a look at the numbers. 25-19 USA, and very solid all the way through. Argentina with a couple too many errors there to really be competitive, and despite some absolute bombs from the service line, they just couldn't back it up with block and post-block defense for some transitions. So USA, once they put the pressure on, came through relatively easily. And here's the service plan. Sometimes the teams will follow a particular player across the court, and when you get a spread of serves like that, that tends to suggest that they're picking on serving reception units rather than areas of court. So the USA following players around, trying to pressure the two wing spikers in particular. At the moment, it's working pretty well. Team USA then lead here in Cannes, in the south of France, and I think we've got a substitution for USA. David Smith looks like he's going to be on, or not. Well, he looked like he was wandering out onto court there, the middle blocker, but no. Mitchell Stahl is still out there, as is Maxwell Holt. Eric Shoji still the libero. Sander and Muagatu Tia in the wing spiker position, and Christensen setting with Patch, who's had a great game opposite. For Argentina, DeCecco starts. Pereira, despite what looked like a pretty nasty head injury as his head hit the ground and snapped his neck back, is still on court for Argentina. As we go with set 3, USA 2-love. Looking good for that lead. Good pick-up, Conte. Would have been going long there. Cheeky set from Christensen and a scrappy first point. No. It's a carry, so this can't be challenged. You basically can't have the ball dwelling in your hand, otherwise players will be throwing the ball around left, right and centre. And Stefano Cesari ruling that even though this was an extreme pickup, so an extreme attempt to make the dig, it was played with the flat of the hand and it dwelled in the hand for too long. He's having no truck with Taylor Sanders' argument. It's a decent reach from Ouagadougou. And he swung his arm at the ball. Great pancake from Sander, but it matters not. Fault, USA. And a super pickup from DeCecco. Chance for Conte, missed it. Immediately apologises to his team. And it's not been a vintage day for the Argentinian number 7. He's been the player that makes this team tick and has given this team some wonderful results on the world stage down the years, but today not happening. Holt to serve. Long and by quite some distance. Gansborough took over from Hugh McCutcheon, who used to coach this US team. He's done a fine job. From an assistant to McCutcheon. You can just about hear it on the courtside mic, but as both of these setters set the reverse that needs a lot of core stability, just hearing a little exhale of air as they go through the ball. And Christensen and DeCecco finding their hitters on the reverse with some stunning sets, and Patch jackknifing on that one, he hit it so hard. Nice work. DeCecco still prepared to run that middle. Losa and Solé doing a pretty good job on the whole. That looked up to me, but must have just touched a piece of the ground before Christensen could get his hand and his foot on it. No challenge for the USA on that one. Decent serve. He's got quite an awkward action as Losa. So you think the ball's going out because it's behind his body as he hits it. So it kind of goes up and then down sharply, but that might just have snuck out over the baseline despite Argentina's protests. They're not going to challenge it. There we go. Someone's going to get a serve in a minute, and then we will have a rally. But for the moment, it's all flat out hitting from the baseline and lots of errors. Pereira. He's okay, back in business. Weird defense from the USA, but it's worked. No. Out of system, off balance. Patch can't get the ball in court. Mendes is swinging later and later and later on the ball, the wing spiker. Just trying to force it through the block and waiting for the block to drop down. So US block have to go later on Mendes. Just wait, don't show him your hands. And go up at the last minute, and he'll probably just tip straight into the block to be shoved down. And Argentina, for the third time in a row, making a good start to the set. Just got even better. Luciana Di Cecco with the shutdown. Both setters blocking really well at the net today. And that's fantastic. He was going to leave that. He was going to leave it and then decides that Margatutia is going to hit, so gets the press.
So just keep him on. I know, that's fine. He was a little too wide. That's fine.
Time out USA.
So until we take a look at the video, let's stick with what we got right now to get this side out. Okay. All right. All right. Here we go. Yeah. All right. Let's go, there she goes. Let's go. Let's go.
One, two, three.
Wing spikers want the ball to be delivered to them quickly out wide. John Sporor just saying to his setter, Micah Christensen, that it's going a little bit too wide. So it's a real craft being able to stop the ball off a quick set. You need it to peak, stop, and then that attacker can hit it. Mustn't have it going past the attacker and making it tough for them to time it. Here we go again. On the reverse though to Patch, who's forced to tip it. That was a bit too wide as well, that one. There you go. Later block on Mendes has worked. It's one of those things that you don't really need to tell the elite blockers. That's why John Sporor didn't mention it. They'll work it out. Nice pipe. Little roll shot from Captain Sander and the net touch from Solly. Mitchell Stoll preparing to serve next to the end line judge, the new development for the officials, and he'll be pointing his flag down after that hit, which means in court. End line judge will lift their flag up and point to the roof if it's out. Swing from Solly. Well, Ben Patch's contribution to this match just got even better. 15 points now for him, 12 on attack. Well, in fact, it's Holt that's got the block. My apologies. You can't take a middle block point away from the blocker. Otherwise, you'll have the union on to you. Mitchell Stoll confirming that it was his fellow middle blocker's point. But same still applies. Patch the highest scorer for the USA at the moment on 14. Good defence from him, but can't quite get it up high. In the opposite position for Argentina, it's Pereira. He's doing a fine job. 12 attacks, 12 points. No blocks at the moment, which is a little bit of a concern for Argentina, not shutting all the spikers down.
Sí, principalmente la bola alta para poder atacarla. Señores, estamos ahí de igual a igual, tenemos que mantener ahora, seguir trabajando con el saque, Si le sacamos la recepción, ya le estamos tocando, si le sacamos la recepción un poco, ya le estamos tocando todas las bolas. ¿Estamos? Vamos de nuevo.
Faster, particularly after the long rallies, they're trying to get on the ball quick, okay? So play with pace here a little bit, get it back on our side. All right, boys.
1, 2, 3. USA!
Well, the disappointing thing for Coach Mendes will be that his Argentinian team have been in the lead at all 3 of the first technical timeouts, and if he can just flip that on its head and get them into the lead in the business end of the set, then Argentina will be in a very difficult or different position. But USA really coming alive in the back third of each set and taking the lead back. But another 3-point cushion for Argentina. Can they make use of it this time? That's a 4-point cushion. Now, is this Christensen or Holt with the error? Ball comes in, it's okay. Ball fired at Holt, and that looked to me perfectly hittable. And Holt's just got it wrong on his angles. And that, trust me, is a rare thing. USA now with a bit of work to do here. And this time, great read from Lursa. He knew that Christensen was going to his middleman again. And he took the gamble, commit block, up he goes, and down it goes. Timeout USA. 5-point deficit now. That is a real problem here for the Americans.
Get to the next point, okay? Keep controlling tempo. I'm out of timeout, so a lot of communication amongst yourselves, okay? Get this side out here, get back, confident, get to that next point, okay? Yep, here we go. 1, 2, 3. USA.
Los dos puntas tratando de complicar el ataque de 6. ¿Estamos? Vamos, vamos.
As John Sparrow says, I'm out of timeouts. Only 15 points gone in this set, and already he's not able to stop the game again like that. He can only make substitutions, call challenges, or wait for the next technical timeout. You saw the second official there, Vladimir Olejnik, just going over to the American coach and holding 2 fingers up to say that's both your timeouts gone. Oh, wow. Argentina playing volleyball here. Conde with a massive stop on Patch. Watch this, he jumps out of the gym here. It's a fantastic block. Monster block then from the number 7. I think he enjoyed that one. 11-5, Argentina. USA have got a test here. They were running away with this game. But at last, Argentina have a lead they can work with. And even from here, this 5-point lead should be good enough for Argentina to take this to a 4th set. Margatutia going to try and make sure that's not the case. Oh, wow. A ripper of an ace. Well, all sorts of ways you can serve a ball to cause problems, but down between that channel, between the 2 passers, is still the best way to cause an issue for your opponents. Lack of communication between Mendez and Danani. Nicely done. And Mendez this time passes the ball, and all Argentina have to do, I say all, it's not as easy as it sounds. It's just to keep ticking the scoreboard over. This is now, for them, a side-out game. They don't have to win another point on their serve from here. They just have to keep killing the ball when a USA serve at them. Although Coach Mendez won't want his team to take that literally. He'd like a few service points to be scored if possible. Checo missing. Back to the Maxwell hold serve, which can be a handful. Look how deep that Argentinian receive is. Good pass. Nicely done. I don't know if you noticed, but the wing spike is now so accomplished with the service reception. Conde passes it and then moves straight off in towards the net. That's how fast these offenses move these days. All aimed at overloading the middle blocker, giving them too many options to really make a correct read. Good pass from Margatutia, slightly unconventional, and Patch is back on it. Now, the previous 2 sets, this is the phase where the USA have caught and closed down on Argentina. An effortless 115.5 kilometers per hour spike. World record up at 132, courtesy of Mari Kaczynski. And it used to be faster, but ball pressure's changed. So balls a lot softer than they used to be, which encourages defenders to be able to get behind a spike and make the play. Losa. Serving well today. Oh, super pickup from DeCecco. Oh, and a hit, huge hit from Stahl, and Argentina staying in this rally. Now, if they win this point, this will be a belter. They do win it. And courtesy of the new man on court in the number 13 shirt, another wing spiker, Ezequiel Palacios. Terrific play from Argentina, and it's points like that that will steel them to win this set. But of repair work being done here to Mitchell Stall. Now, generally speaking, when a middle blocker doesn't look at the physio, it means they're having a finger put back into joint. So possible dislocation here for Stall, and might be the top of the finger as well, which is always a tricky one. Physio just checking that it's all back in place. You can see the knuckles of Mitchell Stall. There's probably been a few of those over the years. Only he can tell the physio whether he's okay to carry on. Got a perfectly able replacement in David Smith, who is going to come in. And yeah, Mitchell Stall holding that finger rather tentatively, so I think it did pop out and go back in again. Stall off, but what a player to be able to call on to come in the middle blocking position. David Smith, another veteran in this US team. All that shenanigans means Argentina just disrupted a bit of the service line, and a chance for Taylor Sander to maybe nick a few points before the next technical. Palacios misses. Argentina not interested in a challenge. They knew that wasn't anywhere near the block, let alone the court. Good stable blocking from the USA, putting a bit of pressure on the new wing spiker. It's a pretty tidy leap as well, isn't it? Yeah, they're pressuring the number 13. What a hit. They're trying to cause problems for the new man on court, but he's passed a cracking ball there. More repair work goes on. Let's hope for Mitchell Stall's sake that just goes back in without trapping any nerves, and then that'll be taped up, and he'll probably be okay to go tomorrow. Might be okay to go later in the match. Technical timeout arrives. Argentina in command of set 3.
Y la da para atrás cuando recibe el 18 y está adelante. Estemos atentos a eso principalmente. Están con bajo porcentaje de ataque. Le estamos sacando mejor, le estamos complicando.
Well, one of my favourite setters, the Argentinian captain.
Concentrados ahora, señores. Vamos.
Top division in Italy for Perugia. Just showing that it's not just about his playmaking ability. He serves well, he blocks well, he defends like an absolute tiger. But it's his setting, it's his handling ability that is the superstar quality. And that is one hell of a block, because he was pulling out of it until he realised Muakatia was going to hit. Pressed hard, got it. Nice stuff. So 2 points, the contribution in attack, but that's not Checo's job on court. Checo's job is to keep feeding the hitters. And he does it as well as any of the setters in the VNL. Good serve to follow from Pereira, and a beautiful attack. Oh, completely out of system, USA. Right on the edge of the envelope. How on earth does Christensen get there and then just pops it into a zone that Patch can use and goes straight over the top of the block, Benjamin Patch. He's clearing the block by around about 20 centimetres. Finding open court regularly. Smith again, another good server. David Smith. Huge hit. Good line up on the block. Oh, that was nearly a crazy play from Argentina. Palacios on his backside, trying to kick it to Danini, but he's kicked it past him. Argentina now, the alarm bells will be ringing, and guess what? We're in the business end of the set, and USA on the comeback trail. Smith again. Big hit. Great pass. Nice cover from Danini. Pereira gets a reuse off the block, but there's no hitters available. Muakatia rolls it. And again. And Danini in the right place. This is good work again from Argentina. Pereira, though, can't kill it. Oh, right on the edge here. Conte with the pickup. Now, USA, surely. Yes, they get it. Great one-handed set from Micah Christensen, and a mega rally to end all mega rallies finishes. That was awesome. Some really tidy stuff in there. but it was the way both teams played out of system and still got the best out of it. Cracking pick up from Conte. But in the end, to no avail. It's the USA off that beautiful one-handed B quick to hold that win it. 33.6 seconds, a lung buster in terms of mega rallies. And timeout, need a breather. Argentina say, let's stop it there.
Nos están variando el saque, sí, nos están variando el saque. Concentrémonos, cuando baja la potencia del saque, concentrémonos en dejarlo bien, así podemos rotar por el medio. Se ve que somos los más eficaces, somos el medio, tenemos que tratar de dejar la bola para rotar ahí. Vamos de nuevo, señora Gustavo, va, una.
It's so often the case. You come out of the technical timeout with a wonderful lead. 16-11 up, Argentina, and then they've got stranded. Even been as good as 16-10 at one point. But whatever, USA coming back into it with some really good serving. As the timeout worked, as it disturbs Smith. He goes off pace to make sure. And there we go. If you don't serve with intensity, it comes back with interest. Nice pass from Danini. Good height from Sok. Argentina still with a comfortable cushion here. 3 points. Mendez on the back line, so 3 rotations with tall blockers in the front court. They target DeCecco again. That's good thinking from Christensen. Fires it out wide to Muakutir. He can put pressure on the Argentinian captain. And now the pressure's on. All of a sudden, 2 points doesn't feel comfortable anymore. Oh dear, that wasn't so good from Patch. Argentina opened up that big lead early in this set. I said that should be good enough to win them this set, and it's still, at the moment, certainly good enough for them to make it 2-1. Good shot. Nice arrival from Holt. You want your middle players in the air, then you can ping the ball at them. Takes all the guesswork out of finding your middles. The former anteater, David Smith, enjoyed that one. Muakutir has been putting pressure on from the service line. Needs a good one here. Gets a good one, well passed. Conde off pace, and Patch thought Holt was going to get a piece of that. Well, the ice is on for Mitchell Stall, so they're just trying to make sure that there's no swelling after the dislocation and see if they can get him back out on court tomorrow. Nice work, but it's the wave of the arm from Holt made Patch think he was going to play it. He sort of curtailed his dive. Argentina still in control. DeCecco to serve. Proper front line for Argentina, but they didn't expect that. Over on 2 from Christensen. There's more leeway for the setters with regard to throwing the ball down. That's beautifully played. All completely legal, right off the fingertips. Maxwell Holt thought he was going to get it. It wasn't just the Argentinian block that Christensen fooled there. Big hit. This is a big point for Argentina. They need it, and they've got it. Facundo Conte with a sweet hit. Super spike from Conte. 3-man block to beat, and he's beaten it quite fantastically. Here we go. Argentina in control. Argentina looking like they're going to get back in this match here. A serve? No, says the referee. Will this be a challenge in hope? Argentina have to challenge this one, surely. No reaction at all from the end line judge, not in the best position to see it. It's Stefano Cesare that called that one. Hawkeye will tell us whether this was in or out. Here we go, it's well in. well in. What a great call. And Argentina now, surely, with the momentum to win this set. Big hit from Conte, who's had a bit of a torrid time in the second set, but he's come back well here. He's played his team back into this match. Smith wide to Patch, backline offense, defended. Tight for Mendez. Wow. Oh, that's so unlucky for Argentina. They put in a hell of a shift on that point. Teenager Falco watching on from the sideline, cheering his US teammates. Bit of smart thinking from Patch there. And a little off-pace roll shot from Sander, good enough to beat Mendez. US team getting it fired up as we go into the last few remaining points in set 3. Christensen to serve. Good line up in the front court for the USA, and he can't get it over the net. USA running out of chances here. Oh, wow. You almost can't hit the ball harder than that. And David Smith has unloaded. Oh, look at that. First spike of the match for him on court for the injured Mitchell Stall. USA going after this now, big time. Easy, though, for Argentina. Pacheco goes middle. And Solé brings a bit of his own firepower. Points required for Argentina to win the sets. Pereira can't provide one of them. Good hit, great pass from Conte. Runs it from the back line. Now the USA not happy about this because they say it was a throw rather than a tip. To move your hand, you're allowed to move your fingers, you're not allowed to push your arm all the way down. Just be a little bit lucky with that one, but there we go. Ref's made his call, decision's made, nothing USA can do to challenge. And a double substitution on for Argentina to try and seal it up. 4 set points then. Big man on the front court for Argentina, Lima. USA avoid him, and a complete mix-up from the Americans. Chance for Argentina to finish. Lima drills it wide. Well, it didn't look like it was anywhere near the court, and if the USA blocker didn't touch it, Argentina have to challenge. Well, they're challenging to ask the question, ball in or out. It is a slight optical illusion side onto the court, but it looked out, and it was well out. Well, you know the old adage, if you don't ask, you don't get. Argentina got nothing off that one, so they've lost the challenge. It's all going to be about this next serve. Now, Benjamin Patch was the man that was due to serve next. He's not got the biggest of serves. So, Mike Amar been entrusted. Setter, turn wing spiker. He's been played in both positions on the VNL. He's got a hell of a serve when he gets it right. Didn't get that one right, though. Argentina will attack for the set. Conte, he's done it. Batters it off the new man on court. And Argentina, as they have done so many times over the years, fighting and fighting. They are not going to let this one go without a battle. Frustrating, losing the first 2 sets, 25-22, 25-19, but they've come back really strong in set 3. Established a lead, never really let it go. And Argentina take it 25-21. USA still lead by 2 sets to 1, but they know now they've got a fight on their hands, courtesy of this feisty Argentinian team. Well, it's always a good game between these two teams. And today, it's just the same. Argentina a whole lot happier. Challenger team battling for their survival in the VNL. And boy, are they battling hard. Look at that. Turn the scoreboard over with some tremendous attacking. Up their game though. Got some blocks, got some pressure on from the service line. Still a really clean and tidy game. The opponent errors being restricted by both teams. But the Argentinian team doing a lot right in this match now. They'll be very pleased with what they're seeing at the moment. Look at that, centre contact points off some ferocious serving. They're getting a lot of ball into the green zone. 76% of that ball is usable for all of the attackers, everybody available. And that's a hell of a percentage. They can be very pleased with that, and that is partially why they're causing the USA a few problems now here in Cannes. Well, not all plain sailing. A couple of players have picked up some knocks, but in particular for the USA, Stall reaching high, getting a ball right off the end of the fingers, and oh, that twangs. And you can see as soon as it happened, went straight over. And it's a mini dislocation. It was just a little shift of the index finger to the left-hand side as he was looking at it. So easy for the physio just to pull and rock that into position, and hopefully no little nerves trapped there. Damage that will be of a permanent nature. I think once the ice is on, once the injuries calm down, we'll probably see Mitchell Stall with a lot of tape on tomorrow, but out and ready to go again. The only problem for him is his hitting hand. So discretion may end up being the better part of valour, with some really excellent middle blockers in the wings like David Smith. He can probably afford to take a seat. Away we go then with set 4, and not a great start from USA. Touch from Mendes, and he could have done with a bit of support from Pereira there. I don't think Pereira thought that his teammate was going to get to that ball, and Mendes has thrown himself at this. Landed like a sack of potatoes, but he's got the pickup. Pereira might have been able to touch that if he was a bit closer. Wonderful commitment in the backcourt from Argentina. Now, a little tricky period here for the USA to ride out. What they mustn't do is give another big lead away to Argentina, because that momentum shift might be terminal. Argentina, they need to do the same. Just tick the scoreboard over, stay in contention. Decent rise from Micah Christensen, but too early. Conte just using the setter's arms as a target. Control, Danani with a fine pass. And you can put that all down to the man in the different coloured shirt. That was a really good hustle from the 23-year-old. Fine off-pace attack from the middle player in the USA. Not committing to everything at the moment. Taylor Sander, the captain, sorts it out. Super spike from Sander, arriving on that pipe from the middle of the backcourt. Attack developed by the Brazilian team that won gold in Barcelona in 1992, if you remember, all the way back there. Those of you that know your volleyball, Tanjay cranking away on the pipes all the way through. USA doing all the right things here, though. Not getting too phased, trying to keep the pressure on. I understand the French team have made their way in. There they are. Going to have a little look at this one. They'll be taking on Team USA on Sunday. They'll be playing Argentina tomorrow. Today, though, they open their account in Cannes with a game against Germany, which they will be looking to win by 3-0 after that rather tempestuous 3-2 loss from 2 sets up against Bulgaria. A bizarre result. It's a result of the season on the VNL so far. Decent swing. Deflection off the net, which caused the problem for the players. That's not touched anybody. That was interesting. Didn't see that touch anyone on the way through, and USA have not challenged. So they must have felt it clipped the back line. Christensen chases. Sander's doing a good job here for his team. Brigham Young University player. Germany are in the house as well. So the two teams involved in the next game today decided to come in and have a little look at their opponents. Wonder what they're thinking. Nice swing. Good work from Pereira. Lovely set again from the Checo. Great rise from the American captain and good penetration on the block. A sweet hit from Pereira. Argentina, 2-point cushion. Christensen hasn't had a good time at the service line for the USA today. Set well, blocked well, defended well, but hasn't hit any really decent serves. Apart from one little run in the first set. What a jump from Patch, and what a recovery from Argentina. Oh, wow. USA being made to work for this one. Patch again. Same pattern of play. Out from Sander. Will USA challenge? I think they may ask a question here. Net touch is what John Speror is specifically asking for. Terrific pick up there from Shoji in the middle of that rally. Continuation play. Mission Impossible music rings around the arena. By Lalo Schifrin back in 1967. This piece of music. It just sets the scene, doesn't it? What does Hawkeye say? Net touch? No. And John Speror's eyes playing tricks on him. Nothing doing for Team USA. They've lost the challenge, they've lost the point, and Argentina, once again, at the technical timeout, putting themselves in a cracking position here. Argentina flying in set 4.
Play, but we got to commit. Okay, there's just a couple plays. Just go, just go. You've got that. It's like crossing and passing. You're just going to go. If he happens to get it, great, but you're going to be there every time. Okay? We pick up a couple of those and turn it, we're going to be back in business. Let's find something, yeah? All right, here we go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. USA.
Good to see the captain for the USA in the number 3 shirt back in action, Taylor Sander. A little worrying seeing him ice his shoulder and repeatedly do the conditioning work on it the other week, but just a bit of tape on it this week and looks fine. Certainly hitting well. A big role for this US team, his ability on service reception. Against these booming jump serves being hit by some of the Argentinian players, Sander is nice and calm. 11 points for him. Not the USA's top scorer, but here Wagatutia, 21 points between them in the wing spiking position. It's Patch doing all the damage for the USA, 16 points for him. No, that was never coming back. We saw one from France last year, spinning the ball against a ridiculous angle to get it back over the net, but not this time from Danani. Mid-phase then of set 4. USA can't afford to let this slip any further. Argentina now the team playing with control. Sharing the workload out there. Facundo Conte coming back into his own in this match. 14 points for him. Top scorer for Argentina. Pereira on 13. Losa, great contribution through the middle from Losa. 10 points for him. Long. Good swing from David Smith. Had a great service run when he first came onto court for the injured Mitchell Stall, but hasn't managed to replicate that since. 2-point cushion retained. Players these days run such quick offense that Taylor Sander was flowing through his attack as the ball was being set, so little chance for him to adjust if it wasn't exactly where he wanted it. That's the responsibility that these setters have these days, to set these incredibly accurate attack patterns. The wing spiker, Garrett Wagatutia, puts it away. Super pick up from Shoji. Argentina, though, still win the point. That was a little bit local league from Pacheco, that little volley over that he tried. A bit cheeky, too easy for the USA to read, but some terrific blocking from Argentina gets them back in the point for Sole. In fact, it was Losa, my apologies, plants it off the block and out. USA cannot break this 3-point lead down at the moment. They've taken it out to 4, Argentina. Back to 3, but it's this next phase that the USA are not being successful at the moment. Here's Sole. Very high, good extension, lovely set. Super spike from Holt. Need some ace serves though, and bang on the line, right on cue. Garrett Wagatutia with the ace. Yeah, just caught the outside of the line to beat the Conte. Tricky side there because you've got Pacheco running through to penetrate from the backcourt setter, so Conte is obstructed a little. work from Patch. Taylor Sander can't put it away, but it's a reuse for the USA. And again, Sander connects with the block. Good footwork from Holtz. Sander gets a free net to tip on. Argentina play on. No, just out and past the antenna. Strange rally, that one. Nice bit of footwork from Holt. Falling backwards. That's one of his big size 14s on the ball. Argentina know now there is a distinct momentum shift in this match. USA coming back into it. Mendez calls a timeout.
Buscarlo y volver la bola de nuevo. Estamos jugando bien, con calma. ¿Sí? En este set, al opuesto, el side-out no le dio nada. No le dio nada de primera bola. Cuando la tiene, juega en el medio. La defensa cerrada atrás.
That's interesting. John Spirall still has both timeouts available, and his team have been 3 or 4 points down through most of this set. So he clearly feels it's just a case of keep trading, keep playing. The team will get back into it. That's exactly what's happened in the mid-phase here. Still away off the second technical timeout. Wakatutia again. Good discipline to serve in after the timeout. Got a chance to level the score here. Taken. Another ripper of a spike from Taylor Sander. Just properly hit this one. Despite the best intentions of Danani, the libero for Argentina. That was away. And 12 all. Argentina's comfortable lead gone. Last, the USA have broken down. Taylor Sander is having a very good game in set 4. He's the go-to player at the moment for the USA. Benjamin Patch has barely been used. Taylor Sander takes his attacking point score to 13. No blocks, no aces at the moment for the US captain, but contributing well. Wakatutia, 12 points for him. Back at the service line. Another good serve. Free ball coming, is it? No. They get a mini attack out of it, but the block was waiting. Christensen lining it up. Smith happy. Setter with the shutdown, and Argentina and Mendez, the coach, going to have to use their second timeout here.
Andá a pegarle, es culpa mía si anda acá afuera, pero andá y pegarle, buscarle una mano, la de afuera, la de adentro, pero buscarle una mano bien alta, no la deje caer. Estamos lo mismo en ataque, anticipemos el primer tiempo, sí, anticipemos el primer tiempo y tratemos de rotar en la primera pelota. Vamos de nuevo.
Not Marcelo Mendez' first run out on the international scene. He did coach Spain for a while before returning to coaching club volleyball in Italy after that really successful run in Brazil. And now at last in charge of his own country. Wakatutia on a really good service run here. USA back in control in this match. Another chance to score here. No, that's a horrible set from Wakatutia. Shows how confidently Garrett Wakatutia is playing. Fancied going for that, but he's got it all wrong. Easy point for Conte. And it is Conte that serves. That's a huge hit. Good set from Christensen. And brilliant work in the back line from Conte. It's his rally at the moment, and he's just earned his team a valuable point. Number 7 with a booming jump serve and then a phenomenal diving pickup. Swallow dive in the back court before Loza gets the shutdown in the front line. Having established a 2-point cushion, USA then find Argentina back on level terms. Bit of a topsy-turvy set, this one. Conte to serve. Great set from DeCecco. Pereira unable to put it away. Trouble for Christensen. I think he's okay. The US setter gets a hand on it, and Holt just tickles it into court. Some pickup again from Eric Shoji. He's having a good game. 1.6 seconds when you consider that the average rally length in men's volleyball is around about 6 to 8 seconds. One was extended. Holt. So you really need a point off him here. It's a massive hit. Oh, and USA not ready for it to come back over. Argentina, though, might not get away with it. Yeah, that's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. Christensen jumped and shaped to hit, but he's not a left-hander, and the blockers forgot it. And they've fallen for that one completely. Wonderful shot from Smith. And that's the second ball. He has absolutely pounded the cover off today. Great stuff from the Americans.
No toque más. Sí, buscó una mano. Está atacando perfecto. Buscó una mano y pegale a algún lado. ¿Sí? No la dejes caer la bola. ¿Sí? Aceleremos nuestro brazo en ataque. ¿Sí? Vamos a acelerar un poquito el brazo en ataque en esa bola que queda.
Working our way through the players that have contributed well in this match, and Loza definitely one of them. Doing the exact opposite to his surname at the moment. 12 points on the board, 10 attacks, 1 block, 1 serve. The young man, one of the less experienced players in this Argentinian lineup. Pretty good job. Plays for the Bolivar club back in Argentina and still very much at the start of his international career. He's 21 years of age, but already looks like the real deal out there on court. Had a good game today. Another big serve required from Holt. Another big serve delivered. And he has crunched that ball. What a hit onto Mendes. Did you see that move as it went over the net? That hooked to the left. Horrible ball to pass. 17-14, USA now in charge of set 4. Another cracking serve. And finally, Pereira gets the put away. I'm really glad to see Pereira back on his feet, because when he hit the ground in set 3, I thought that was the end of his game. Damage done then by Maxwell Holt at the service line. He vacates the court. Eric Shoji comes in, the libero. He's not called into action, and as good as Loza has been in this game, he really did need to put that ball in court for his team. 3-point USA, 18-15 they lead. Christensen to serve, good front line. Sander, Smith, Patch for USA. Wide. No touch on the block. This won't be a challenge from Argentina, not unless they want to slow things down. DJ DeFalco still leading the cheers alongside Kawika Shoji. New player that's travelled with the squad this week, not involved last week, number 19, Taylor Avril, another player that plays in France for Chaumont. Nice comeback from Mendes. Never say never. Double substitution from Mendes, so he's going to try as hard as he can to give his team a chance to win points here. But to do it, to affect the double substitution, he has to take Pacheco off the court. Bring in the backup setter. Equally experienced, Uriarte. Puts Lima in the front line, or it should do, it does. The substitution doesn't have an effect. Another windmill, second one of the game, this one from David Smith. Last one was from Mendes. I reckon bench, you've seen the funny side of a bit of old school from Mr. Smith. Good touch from Shoji, but it might have been going out. Lima puts the overpass away, but decent hit here from Lima, sorry, but that was, if it hadn't touched the block, that was definitely going out. But the libero tends to position themselves very deep in the court for the block touch defense. No. Horrible. Just got his throw all wrong, Mendes, and ended up in a terrible shape in the air. Shoji off, that means the middle blocker is back on in the front line in the form of Holt. And another really good server, David Smith, in the back line. Good serve, great pass. Lovely attack from Argentina. And Lima's looked pretty good since he's been on. In the number 12 shirt. Decent swing off Garrett Muagatutia's block. 23 years of age, opposite player from the Volleyball club. Shut down. Well, what an introduction to the game. Pereira watches on, the man that's replaced him. Doing a very good job in front court. Argentina flipping their rotation with the double substitution, and I have to say, on this evidence so far, Mendes' call has worked, reducing the gap to just 2 points now. Solé. Good reuse from Muagatutia. And a beautiful bit of timing this time around. Sander nails it off a very quick tempo set. That is only just second tempo. And that's as quick as it gets. Free net from Christensen. And a free kill, 111 kilometers per hour. Taylor Sander taking it up a gear. Another chance for a point for the USA. No, Argentina defend. Good discipline from both teams here. And Patch, who's had a bit of a quiet spell in this game, comes back really strongly. Takes USA to 23-19, takes Benjamin Patch to 17 points for the game. Lima says touch, so I think he's going to ask his coach here to press the challenge buzzer. He looks convinced. And this will be the difference between match point and Argentina still in the set. So this is an important call here. Did Lima bend the fingers of the US block? Didn't appear to take a particularly dramatic deviation. Hawkeye will sort it out for us. Stefano Di Cesare watches on, and it just looks like that got a tickle off the thumb there of Muagatutia, and that's a terrific call from Lima. The USA are not on match point. Lima back to the service line. Well, you know the way these scripts go. Lima calls brilliant challenge, serves 3 aces. Overpass will do. No, super blocking from Holt. Now, did he touch the net? That's what Argentina are questioning, and we might see a challenge again. So Argentina want to know whether this was a net touch from Holt. Might have been a piece of the ball onto the net, pushing the net onto his arms. That would all be completely legal. And again, we've got the difference between set point or Argentina very much back in this one. So, did Holt touch the net? Is that the face of a guilty man? Not Mendes, Holt. No, the net touch is all Lozers. A cheeky challenge, gone wrong. USA then, with 4 match points. And Muaga Tatia with a free rein to hit this ball as hard as he physically can at the service line. Helmets on then for Argentina, and they survived this first match point. Little delay here, that'll always get to the server. But we're good to go now. Good hit, well passed by the Nani. Argentina go again. Uriarte wide. And Conte keeps Argentina in the match. First match point saved. USA still hold all the cards. 3 attacks to win the game. Conte with the serve. Big hit, miles wide. And the USA, after a few bleak matches, have another win on the board to go with their 3-1 victory over Portugal in the last game of last week. Week 3 here in Cannes starts well for the Americans. Stiff opposition and a really good performance from this Argentinian team. When it mattered in the back end of the sets, they were a little fragile. 25-22, 25-19, USA go 2-0 up. 25-21, Argentina hit back, but by the same scoreline in set 4, the Americans get it across the line for the win. 3-1. Well, let's take a look back at how it all finished. There's always pressure when you're at the service line. Little apology for the dislocated finger there. Mitchell stall from Palacios. You know what was in Facundo Conde's mind? He wanted to serve his team back into the game, but in the end, he served his own team out of it. If you ever needed a reminder of just what it means to these American players to finally get things rolling again with 2 wins back-to-back, those celebrations from Eric Shoji tell you all you need to know. There we go, 25-21 in the final set. Good, solid performance from Argentina. They got a lead that really should have given them a competitive edge in this one. But once the USA began to close the gap, Argentina just faded. So the full match stats, 3-1 for Team USA. Not much in it. Argentina just being out-attacked by the USA by 4 points. The blocks were close, the serves from Argentina were excellent, and opponent errors restricted to a minimum. Both teams played some really tidy volleyball, but in 4 sets, the USA get it over the line. And in terms of what that means to our VNL table, USA pre-qualified, but they jump into the top 8 for the moment. That means that they can try and keep this little upturn in form going through to the finals in Chicago. But will they be joined by Iran, Russia, Brazil, France, Italy? Still in the mix. I think this is a wide open finish to the league. And now down to the bottom 8. Portugal, challenger team, languishing in the bottom spot with that single victory just below China. Australia, another challenger team in 14th place. They will be a little nervous as well over the next few weeks. Germany go into action against the host France next up. So that's our next game to come here on Friday. Then we go into Saturday exchange of fixtures, USA, Germany, with France against Argentina on Saturday. And the big one, the final game, France v USA. Appetite has been whetted. So then, let's head off around the world. Go on to my Portugal, Serbia and Brazil next up there. Varna in Bulgaria, Urmia in Iran. Good win for Russia against Poland. Good win again for Iran. Flying high in the VNL with that 3-0 defeat of Canada. They are the team to watch right now, Iran. And we've got some more terrific volleyball across the world to come. And wherever you are in the world watching the VNL, we've got some fabulous entertainment for you over these next 3 days. Well, we always say it, but on behalf of the FIVB and the VNL team, thanks for watching and thank you for being part of the game.